Hello, everyone. I'm 18th Storm Track meteorologist Austin Haskins. We are in for a very warm day across western Wisconsin. But, of course, the hazy skies and the possible smoky conditions are going to be persisting not only today, but even for the next couple of days. And, of course, that limited temperatures by several degrees over the weekend. And we are tracking rain and storm chances to return as well heading into tomorrow. Some, though, could see rain tonight. But there is a southerly to southwesterly wind that is going to develop today that will become a little bit on the gusty side. That may help. It's not guaranteed, but it may help kind of scour out some of the thicker haze that'll be around. But I'm not 100% sold on that actually occurring, but some of the data is suggesting we at least go from those, the oranges and the reds to at least back to the yellow. So a little bit better. And of course, that'll play a role in how warm we get today. Now, you notice how tonight it kind of goes away completely. It's only showing that because there's a chance for a few showers and storms this evening. But this run of Future Track, the HRRR model, shows a more solid line of weakening showers and storms rolling through. Other data is keeping things pretty dry. So I would think in that case, the haze and possible smokiness will linger around. But then we'll have it again into tomorrow as well. Again, it may improve at times only because of the rain chances around. But in some cases, as you'll see here on the near smoke surface futurecast, that might end up making it a little bit worse. Then we see the haze return again tomorrow night. So when you look at this, it's on the lower side of the scale, so I think a lot of this today will remain aloft. Now, it does kind of ramp up a little bit this evening ahead of maybe the shower and storm chances. And then you notice how it kind of goes away. But watch what happens tomorrow. You notice how on the atmospheric smoke future track that it was showing, not much in the afternoon. Well, this is actually showing a lot more at the surface. So unfortunately, some of that haze and smoke might come down to the surface with that rain and thunderstorm chance we have tomorrow. So I think air quality is going to be, a little bit worse tomorrow than what we're going to see today. But nonetheless, just monitor the air quality conditions over the next couple of days. Now, looking at the future track, back to the normal version, I guess you could call it. We're looking at a lot of sunshine and some clouds around for today. And then this evening, here's 10:30. And you can see there's a couple of isolated showers, maybe a thunderstorm or two around by mid to late evening. And then the more widespread rain starts to move in after about sunrise or so tomorrow. And it should become pretty widespread by the early to mid afternoon hours. There could be some heavy rain mixed in, maybe even some thunderstorms as well. But then by about sunset or so, the rain will come to an end. Skies will gradually clear overnight, and that'll lead to a beautiful day on our Wednesday. That was the graph model. Here's the HRRR model. And again, this one is actually showing the storms actually, and showers, I should say, too, coming through a little bit earlier and kind of a little more widespread. So there's going to be a complex of storms coming out of South Dakota to southern Minnesota, but how far east that moves does remain to be seen at this point. So I'm kind of splitting the difference right now with the forecast tonight and saying that there will be a few isolated showers and storms around, but how that complex in Minnesota plays out will be kind of key in our rain chances tonight. But you can see how it becomes pretty widespread as we head into tomorrow throughout the day, and it may not be till tomorrow evening that the things rain chances finally start to taper a little bit. So the coverage tonight, only about 30%, and realistically, I think if you're west of Highway 53, you have a better chance. Tomorrow, it's 100%. I think everyone is going to see rain. And then by the end of the week into the weekend, we'll have at least a little bit of some rain and isolated thunderstorm chances returning to the forecast. Now, overall rain the next couple of days with this system, a decent amount, most spots a ½ inch to an inch, but there could be some isolated spots that see 1 to maybe as much as 2 inches. Thankfully, the severe weather threat is not expected to be there. It is very, very low, though there is a marginal risk in place for parts of southeastern Clark and eastern Jackson counties for maybe an isolated damaging wind gust or some hail. But the severe weather threat with this is not expected to really be there, which is some good news, of course. Highs today, again, take this with a grain of salt because, again, it depends on how thick that haze and smoke conditions will be, but we're looking at mid to upper 80s. We could be a little bit cooler, or we could be a degree or two warmer depending on how things play out today. If you're west of Highway 53, you have a chance of making a run for 90 this afternoon. Lows tonight generally in the 60s, and this will be kind of towards mid to late morning. Now, what you're going to see here tomorrow, these are going to be at around sunrise tomorrow morning. Temperatures in the 60s and low 70s, but we're going to fall into the upper 50s and low 60s by the afternoon. And our highs officially tomorrow will be at midnight. Again, the numbers you're seeing here are going to be right around sunrise tomorrow morning. And then for Wednesday, we'll have highs between about 75 and 80 degrees. And looking ahead, we'll stay in the 70s the rest of the way with, again, those isolated to widely scattered rain chances returning by the weekend.